Infinity Ward, can I get a 2-week operation that allows me to give a big fuck you to the YouTube auditor? I'll be the first in line to complete that fucking challenge, man. Anyway, I briefly mentioned this in prior videos, and I've allowed Infinity Ward enough time over the past few weeks to fix this bullshit, but I ain't waiting no more. Hell no, fuck them. I have to rant about the operations and challenges in this bullshit. But before I begin my rant, I do have to say though that at the very least, they did not completely copy and paste the challenges like they did in Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. Yes, there are some challenges that carried over. Yes, there are a group of similar shit like we've seen in the past, like Wargasm, The Bigger They Are, Slash, and all that other garbage. But from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, they literally copy and pasted over everything without even thinking about that shit. Sure, they removed the shit that was no longer relevant to Modern Warfare 3, but every challenge they could carry over from Modern Warfare 2, they brought over. They even brought over some of the emblems that were the same in Modern Warfare 2. So it shows they were all fucked up. And obviously that was partly due to the time constraints they had with Infinity Ward staff leaving, Sledgehammer staff coming in. So they just said, fuck it, let's just copy and paste the shit and work on all the other crap that has problems. Although some of the challenges remain the same, at the very least, we have new emblems and an easier system to understand where challenges earn emblems only. Instead, before you could earn an emblem and a background challenge. Now it's just an emblem, and backgrounds are earned with the more soldiers you purchase. So they at least simplified that process. So I want to get that out of the way before I start ripping into them, because those two things are not going to be discussed in this video as things that they fucked up on. These operations have issues, but at the very least, they didn't pull off that bullshit that they tried in Modern Warfare 3. As for the problems these operations have, let's start right at the top with this 2-week cycle bullshit. Look, I get it. The way the challenges worked before wouldn't work now. Without a true prestige system where soldiers replace the rank up process, the challenges couldn't reset as they did every time someone hit the prestige button. You can't apply the Modern Warfare series logic to the soldier system. Otherwise, everyone would get their 10 soldiers up to level 60, then hit the prestige level all at once to reset the challenges all at one time. And since Treyarch had the non-resetting challenges last year, you didn't want to make it look like you stole their idea. I get it. I'm not sure if everyone else quite understands that, but with the soldier system making prestiging obsolete, you needed something new and something different. However, this 2-week shit doesn't fucking work. It only creates headaches for us players. I mean, just look at the number of things that hinder players. For starters, 2 weeks is not enough to complete all the long-term challenges that most people are going for. Sure, you can get a motherfucker to sit there for 2 weeks, complete certain endurance challenges, but getting 970 kills with certain attachments, or calling in 50 juggernauts, or winning 95 games of a certain game mode, that takes time, motherfucker. I can't get 970 kills with 4 separate attachments over 2 weeks. I can't win 95 games over 3 different game modes in 2 weeks. So those marathon type challenges take time, sometimes more than 2 weeks. The one-time challenges are not a problem, but the long-term shit, it's certainly not going to be done that quickly by people who don't have 8 hours per day to play the game. Now, I know people refer to the tracking factor, where you can track a certain challenge infinitely and keep carrying it over 2 weeks, which is perfectly true. The problem is that there's only one challenge per group. If I need 970 kills with a tracker sight, silencer, extended mags, and I get relatively close on all 3, I then have to choose after 2 weeks which one carries over and which ones I have to sacrifice. Sometimes I get lucky and the challenges I didn't select would carry over, but we shouldn't have to choose which long-term goal we're willing to sacrifice. Another issue is the change operations feature, where we can roll the dice and see what options we would get with a different set of challenges. Now, a number of people select that feature in hopes of getting something that they want, but here lies the problem. Repeat challenges are not filtered out. If you completed something once, each week you run the chance of getting that challenge again, instead of something you haven't completed already. You know, if you're going for the enemy of the state challenge, you know, kill 3 people in some kind of search game as the final member on your goddamn team, you're not guaranteed to get it just changing operations. And even worse, you can end up getting the same shitty challenges you already finished. Motherfucker, you know how many times I've seen the smooth moves challenges slide and stab a motherfucker in the asshole? I see it every other operation. I completed it the first week the game was out, then the challenges cycled down and it was gone. Next set of challenges, it was back. Then it was gone again. Then it comes back. Gone again. It's like a bad booty call that can't take no for an answer. Meanwhile, I have yet to see the All-Pro Challenge. You know, 2 headshots with 1 bullet. I've been playing from day one, haven't changed my operations yet, haven't rolled that motherfucker, but I have still not seen that one challenge. It's fucking absurd. Now, the challenges themselves, I don't have too many issues, with the exception of Dictator, landing every bullet of an LMG. Really? Really? Again? I mean, seriously, who the fuck completes that bullshit legit? You know, people do that shit in challenge lobbies like everyone else to get that crap out of the way. You know, I don't mind getting 970 kills with the dildo attachment or winning 125 games with hide and go fucking seek. But what I can't stand is how challenges that work together will probably not be active together. Case in point, how many of you finished the Clueless challenge where you had to get 200 kills with the Kimbo ACOG Magnums? Now, how many of you did it without the extra attachment challenge being active? You know, see, you can't complete Clueless without the extra attachment perk, but you can't control getting those two challenges at the same time. Your only hope is holding on to the Clueless challenge and hoping a change in operations will bring you the extra attachment challenge or the steady aim challenge, which would also go well with that motherfucker. But there's no control over when you have similar challenges active at the same time. You know, when I was doing the challenge to finish first, second, or third in team deathmatches, I had to do that shit like 30 times, right? And I did that shit pretty quick. Only once I finished it, I then got the challenge to win 95 team deathmatches. What the fuck? Those two items go hand in hand. 95 crank matches, not a problem. Did that shit with the quickness. Only then after that, the challenge of getting 200 crank enemies pops up afterwards. I mean, seriously, if the challenges go together, you have very little control of having them active at the same time. I don't want to have to capture 100 flags and only afterwards have a challenge where you're supposed to hold all 3 flags at one time in 10 separate instances. It's fucking bullshit. And you can't give challenges posthumously. In other words, if a challenge is inactive like All Pro or Wargasm, and you get that challenge on your own, it doesn't count towards those challenges unless it was actually active. Now, that I can understand because that effect happened in all the other prior games where challenges that weren't unlocked until a certain level couldn't be completed. But in this game, it's almost an absurdity to waiting for one fucking challenges for 4 fucking months and it doesn't show up. You know, honestly, there are so many things Infinity Ward could have done completely different. And, of course, I have the ideas that will show you what Infinity Ward could have done different, and this is also going to show how come I can make a better game better than any of these fucking developers. Now, let's just start with the long-term challenges. Shit like the perks, winning a certain game mode over 95 times or whatever the fuck it is, getting 100 frag kills or multi-C4, whatever the fuck it is. They should not be part of this rotating cycle bullshit. Instead, those long-term challenges should be rolled out similar to how the prior Call of Duty games works, except in this time, it correlates to how many soldiers you actually purchase. For example, when you buy your first soldier at the very beginning of the game when you turn this motherfucker on, all the game mode win challenges would unlock from the start. Win team deathmatch, win domination, team tactical, whatever the fuck it is. Every single one of those game modes unlocks at your very first soldier. When you purchase your second soldier, that shit will unlock gun attachments. Then, when you buy your third soldier, then you get, say, the perks or whatever the fuck it is. You see what I'm talking about? Each soldier unlocks another long-term challenge that you're going to have to do in the game anyway. In other words, it's going to be similar to how you unlock backgrounds right now with every purchased soldier. But when you unlock something, you unlock the whole set. Not this bullshit of 10 random fucking challenges where you lose that shit every 2 weeks. No. Once you unlock a set of challenges, they all unlock. Now, people might say that would need some serious squad points to unlock all that crap. Well, the first 6 soldiers only cost 1 squad point. Then after that, they get a little bit more expensive. But in prior Call of Duty games, you had to grind it out to get to level 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever the fuck it is to unlock the first class operations or unlock the kill streak challenges or whatever the fuck it is. This is the same logic, except this time you can unlock certain sets almost immediately. Shit, 6 squad points and you can have 6 major sets of challenges to go by after level fucking 10 of your first soldier. I mean, there has to be some trade-off right here. So the final set of unlocked challenges, that would take some time. However, if you plan on ranking up and getting to the highest prestige, those unlocked challenges will provide you the additional XP to get there. If you really wanted, every time you purchase a soldier, maybe they'll give you the idea where you can actually pick which challenge you want. So say you don't want to do the game modes. Say you want to do the perks right away. You want to unlock that one at soldier number 1. Maybe giving people the ability to choose which set of operations could also work. So that way, when you unlock your first 6 soldiers, which only cost 1 squad point, you can pick which long-term set of challenges you want to do And then, when the squad points take a lot more to unlock a soldier, then you could do the final 4 set of challenges whenever the fuck you feel like it, and leave the final ones for wherever you want to do them. There could have been countless ways the long-term challenges could have been done differently. Specifically, not putting them in that 2-week rotating cycle bullshit. The next change I would make would be regarding the one-time challenges that only take a specific moment to complete. Collateral damage, fall 15 feet and survive, knife someone in the back, etc., etc. There's all bunch of one-time challenges. Those could be added to a rotating cycle. Put all those one-time challenges in a weekly, not bi-weekly, a weekly rotating cycle that runs through all the uncompleted challenges first before cycling through the repeat challenges a second time. So, if you manage to complete Enemy of the State, you won't see that again in your weekly cycle until all the other challenges have been complete. The system would make sure all the uncompleted ones will come before the actual completed ones. You'll still get a series of 10. You'll still undoubtedly get 10 challenges that you have to at least attempt to do within a 1-week set. But in addition, I would jack up the number of one-time challenges in the game. I mean, just look at the number of things that you could do with a one-time challenge. You could do things like a 5-kill streak with a pistol. We don't have that right now. You could complete 3 field orders in one game. We don't have that right now. Get 10 assists in one game. Have the assault juggernaut and the dog active at the same time. Bounce a throwing knife off the floor for a kill. Get 3 kills in a row with a headshot. There are tons of one-time challenges that could be done. There are a number of things that Infinity Ward could have added, and those could be put into a rotating cycle. I mean, you could just imagine if you have over 300 one-time completion challenges, you have 30 weeks of content right there just on rotating challenges alone. Sure, not everyone's gonna beat them in all weeks, but that's part of the cycle of being able to rotate that out every week. If you don't complete Enemy of the State this week, well, there's always gonna be 2 or 3 weeks down the road where you might get that motherfucker again. If you don't complete Omnicide or Slasher or Streaker or any of those other challenges in a certain week, you can always do them later. However, you at least know that challenge is going to show up before the Smooth Moves challenge shows up 8 fucking times in a matter of 3 goddamn weeks. Well, this fucking challenge, man. I swear to God, I'm so tired of saying that shit. Oh, man, that challenge, I ain't gonna get into that bullshit. The fact is, there's a big difference between long-term challenges and short-term challenges. There's a big difference in getting 970 kills with the goddamn silencer compared to getting Omnicide, where all you have to do is kill 6 members of the team 1 goddamn time. There's a big fucking difference. I have no idea why Infinity Ward thought this was a good idea to actually put them all together in a 2-week rotating cycle. But then again, as we know, Infinity Ward doesn't think all these shit down, and certainly doesn't ask people more intelligent than them, does this actually work in the game? I get it. I know what they tried to do. They tried to make it a little bit different from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. I can at least appreciate that they tried to do something a little bit different, and they tried to do something out of the box. The problem is, it doesn't work as intended. If you had asked someone at the beginning, does this system work? Chances are somebody would tell you no. When you actually put it into practice, and you see that after 2 weeks, you can get repeat challenges, you see that after 4 fucking months, you don't get certain challenges, you would think somebody would stand up and say, you know what? This just doesn't fucking work. The players are not going to respond to this the way we want them to, and this needs to be changed. This is why I should be on the damn development teams. My ideas do not generate from the inside of a cow's ass like all the bullshit we've already been given. My ideas are shit people want over your stupid shit. This is why I should be on every single one of these Call of Duty development teams, to make sure you put out a product that people actually want in this motherfucker. Anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. Like I said, guys, I had to rant about the operations. I had to rant about the challenges. They had their whole time to fix their shit, and of course they didn't. So now, this is the new asshole you guys over at Infinity Ward fucking deserve. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.